What's grabbing, everybody? It's Captain Faceroll here. Many people have asked how I went from unranked trash to MIOM top 100 in merely 3 years. Well, I'm here with SSBM tutorials on how you can do it too. These tips are centered around Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube, but they are more than applicable for every version of the series. So, don't worry if you're trying to get good at Smash 4, because these will help you out as well. One thing that I did that most newcomers don't is I stuck with one character. Ever since I started going to tournaments, I've played Sheik. While other characters may be fun to experiment with, if you want to get good as quickly as possible, it's important to devote all of your competitive time to one character. Make sure it's a character that you enjoy though, otherwise improvement will feel like a chore rather than a goal. This game is tough enough as it is to just play one character. Can you imagine trying to become proficient in multiple? Many people point to the so-called gods as examples of people who play multiple characters, but all of them got to that level initially by playing only one. Mango got to be the best in the world using only Jigglypuff, and then added his Fox and Falco to his repertoire afterwards. Armada only started playing Fox seriously in tournament after he became best in the world with his Peach. You see where I'm going with this. When you play one character, all of your experience gets funneled into making that character better. One reason the best players in the world are so good is because they have hundreds of hours of experience playing. Mewtwo King is amazing at gimping space animals because he's been in that exact situation thousands of times. He knows what to do ahead of time because he's experienced it. Imagine how much slower you'll get to that point if you spread yourself thin between multiple characters. Once again, it's important to note that I'm not disparaging people who'll dual main, but if you want to improve as quickly as possible, playing multiple characters is not the way to do it. Another thing that I did that most newer players don't is I went to a lot of tournaments. I went to over 100 tournaments before I'd even been playing for 2 years, and at times during the summer I was going to 5 tournaments a week. This is obviously not required at all, and not everyone has the means to do this, but ultimately when you're trying to improve your tournament results. The best way to get better at quote-unquote tournament melee is by going to tournaments. Tournaments make you put something on the line, whether it's your $5 entry fee, or your pride, or both. There's an innate pressure there that's hard to emulate elsewhere. It's a whole different ball game between playing relaxed friendlies at home with your pals, and trying to execute your combos properly when you might get knocked out of the tournament if you don't. Plus, playing in tournaments is fun. You have a goal to work towards, you have improvement that is tangible. I remember the first time I made it out of pools at a regional. It was such an amazing feeling because I had gotten so close so many times and failed. If you never put yourself in that situation, you'll never allow yourself to succeed. For those netplay fiends, this also translates to you needing to play ranked more often. You'll be in a different mindset when your ranking is on the line. Tournaments also give you exposure to many different characters and playstyles. It's cool if you have friends who play Smash, but if your friends only play Luigi and Pikachu, you're not going to know how to play against Marth or Fox. Additionally, and this may be no surprise coming from me, but I think at a low/mid level, Punish Game is vastly more important than Neutral Game with regards to accelerated improvement. You are going to get much better results in a much shorter time period if you grind out your Punish Game. It doesn't matter if you play against players much smarter than you if you take a stock literally every time you touch them. This is a big reason why you see Ice Climber mains have such insane growth. They have access to one of the best punishes in the game in the form of wobbling. This means for you Marth players, practice chain grabbing spacies on FD and converting off of edge guards. Sheik mains, grind out tech chasing and down throw follow-ups on all of the characters in a cast. Falco mains, learn how to extend your pillow combos with platform tech chases. The list goes on. This is not to say that neutral has no importance, because obviously if you're never winning in exchanges, you can't even get to the Punish Game part, but it is very nuanced and requires a lot of time and experience to get good at, whereas you can literally just grind Punish Game in your room. The 20XX hack pack helps a lot with this, by the way. The last thing that I was good at compared to most people is I have a proper losing mentality. There is always something to learn from a set. No matter how much you get destroyed, or how much cheese or BS they use to beat you, you can always gain something from it. My suggestion is after you lose, take 10 or so minutes to let your head clear and the salt dissipate, and then start thinking about how to improve. Try to take one mistake from each set and focus on improving on it. Did you miss a lot of L cancels? Well then make an effort to practice shuffling at home. Did you get F tilted 8 times in a row by Sheik? Well, you should probably practice your DI. Did you feel lost when trying to edgeguard that pesky Marth? Watch SSBM tutorials on how to do it, or watch and learn from the pros on YouTube. The lesson here is to try not to overload yourself with everything you did wrong, because trust me, we can all improve on everything. But in order to get better, you're going to have to take deliberate steps to improve. I also want to talk a little bit about playing to learn. In tournament, you should try your absolute hardest to win, and you should abuse people's bad habits and do everything it takes. In friendlies, however, you should be playing to learn. Winning a friendly doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, but if you're taking your friendlies as a chance to actively learn, then you'll improve in the long run. Try things out in friendlies that you're not quite yet comfortable with in tournament, because that's a good place to test the waters and see how things will go. Think about what is going wrong and actively try to fix it, so that you're able to apply that in tournament. Thanks for watching, everyone. But before we go, Kellen, the editor of SSBM tutorials, has a new channel on YouTube called False Swipe Gaming, which he claims to be the fun side of SSBM tutorials. It has cool videos, including a new one featuring yours truly, called Top 5 Noob Habits in Smash Outside of the Game. It will also feature future Smash and Pokemon content, so be sure to check it out. Thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to SSBM tutorials on YouTube, check us out on Twitch TV, and follow me, Captain Faceroll, on Twitter at SSBM_Faceroll. This has been Captain Faceroll. I hope this video grabbed your attention, and have a nice day.